There is a place on the edge of Canada where the land meets the Arctic, where the northern lights dance above frozen tundra, where beluga whales fill the summer seas, and where polar bears walk the streets. This is Churchill, Manitoba, one of the most remote, wild, and extraordinary towns on Earth, a place where humans are guests and nature makes the rules. Let's begin. Churchill sits on the western shore of Hudson Bay, far from highways and big cities. There are no roads leading here. You must arrive by train or by plane. In winter, the temperature plunges below -40 degrees Celsius. In summer, the sun barely sets. This isolation has shaped Churchill into one of Canada's most unique communities, a small town of 900 people living alongside the powerful wildlife of the Arctic. And nothing defines Churchill more than the great white bears of the north. Churchill is known worldwide as the polar bear capital of the world. Every autumn, hundreds of polar bears travel along the coastline waiting for Hudson Bay to freeze, so they can return to hunting seals. During this migration, bears often wander near the town, sometimes walking down streets or resting beside buildings. Because of this, Churchill has a polar bear alert patrol, a hotline to report bear sightings, and even a bear jail, a holding facility for bears that get too close. Tourists travel from all over the world to see these giants safely from massive tundra vehicles.
Here,
the relationship between people and bears is built on respect and survival. But Churchill's wildlife isn't only on land. In summer, the Churchill River fills with life. More than 50,000 beluga whales gather here, one of the largest migrations on the planet. These bright white whales swim close to boats, play in the warm waters, and fill the river with their high-pitched songs. It's nicknamed sea canaries. Their voices echo through the cold northern sea. Scientists, wildlife filmmakers, and travelers come to Churchill for this breathtaking spectacle, a summer of whales beneath the northern sun, and when the days grow dark again, another wonder takes over the sky. Churchill is one of the best places in the world to witness the northern lights. With long winters and clear, crisp air, the aurora appears nearly 300 nights a year. The lights twist and stretch across the sky, rippling like curtains, shifting in waves of green, purple, and pink. For many who visit, seeing the aurora in Churchill is a moment they remember forever. But the story of this land goes far deeper than its wildlife and skies. For thousands of years, indigenous peoples lived and traveled across this region. The Inuit, Dene, and Cree hunted, fished, and traded along the coast of Hudson Bay. Archaeologists have discovered tools and artifacts over 1,000 years old, proof of a rich and ancient northern culture. Indigenous knowledge helped explorers survive brutal winters, navigate sea ice, and understand the behavior of animals. Today, their stories, traditions, and languages remain a vital part of Churchill's identity, living connection to the land. Churchill's history continued to grow through centuries of exploration, trade, and conflict. In the 1700s, the Hudson's Bay Company built a major trading post here, and furs from deep in the interior of Canada passed through this northern port. Later, during the Cold War, the region became a strategic site for military research, including the famous Churchill rocket range, where rockets were launched into the upper atmosphere. The railway, the port, and its location on Hudson Bay turned Churchill into a gateway to the Arctic, a tiny town with a big role in world history. Today, Churchill stands at a crossroads. Climate change threatens the sea ice that polar bears depend on. Ice-free summers are lasting longer. Transportation is limited, and the community relies heavily on tourism and wildlife watching. Yet the people of Churchill remain strong and welcoming. They celebrate their wildlife, their northern traditions, and their connection to the Arctic. Visitors come to experience polar bear tours, beluga whale encounters, northern lights photography, dog sledding, and the rich culture of the North. Churchill remains one of the most unforgettable places in Canada, a town shaped by nature and strengthened by community, from roaming polar bears to singing beluga whales, to glowing northern skies. Churchill reminds us that nature still rules the North, and humanity has learned to live in harmony with it. A town at the edge of the world, full of stories, wildlife, and wonder. If you enjoyed this journey through Churchill, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Would you visit Churchill to see polar bears, belugas, or the northern lights? Thanks for watching. Stay curious.